Happy New Year and welcome to Primary News, hosted by the Eastover Bears. Tonight we will take a look at what has been happening at Eastover Elementary.
Primary News will start in 2 minutes.
I used to have a goat. Where did it go? It went to a family who really needed it. You see, giving a family an animal is like giving them a business. The wool, milk, eggs all turn into income for medicine, school, clothing, a better home, a sustainable livelihood. Soon the family is passing on the gift of the animal's offspring to another family who does the same and on until the whole community is lifted out of poverty. That is where my goat went, and that's why you give to Heifer International.
Something's happening to the polar bear. Arctic sea ice is melting away. 2/3 of the world's polar bears will be gone by 2050, and the entire species could be extinct by the end of the century. Go to SaveThePolarBear.org today.
Hello and welcome to Primary News. This is Eastover Elementary Edition. I'm Nick.
And I'm Sophia, and we're your hosts for tonight.
This year, Eastover's Media Center took on a whole new look. We started the year with the grand opening celebration. Many important people came, including our superintendent and members of the Board of Education.
This is a lot of new cool stuff. For example, there is a couch like a wavy snake. There is an area with tables and supplies for makerspace. We have tons of open space and even a Lego wall. Also, there is a huge comfy couch.
Ms. Nocera started the presentation with an inspiring quote. Every day, in every way, we are leaving our mark on this world.
Mr. Markey directed Mrs. Fran Tantoni's first grade students singing "We Are the World." It was very inspiring. Mr. Onofrio from the Board of Education said it was absolutely awesome.
Our superintendent, Mr. Healy, said, "Clearly it took a lot of people to make this happen. We are proud of our Eastover community and we thank everybody responsible for making this space a reality." It's now time to take a look at an interview one of our students had with Mrs. Necker.
I'm Lacey and I'm here with my teacher, Miss Necker, to ask her some questions. This is Miss Necker's first year as a full-time teacher. When did you decide you wanted to be a teacher?
I decided that I wanted to be a teacher after my daughters had gotten older and I had spent time being a stay-at-home mommy. And I realized when they were in grade level school and middle school that I just enjoyed being around children, and I loved helping them with their homework and spending time with their friends and watching them grow, and I just felt that I knew it would be a rewarding career for me.
How is it different being a full-time teacher rather than a substitute teacher?
It's a good question. It's very different. As a substitute teacher, I wasn't really responsible for continuous follow-up with students as I am as a full-time teacher now, and I was more on a per diem basis. However, now I'm heavily involved with day-to-day activities and following through with curriculum that I was not doing as a substitute teacher. So it's definitely a busier position.
You teach 5th grade, but you have had experience at different grade levels. What is your favorite grade to teach and why?
That's a very good question, and I've always struggled with that question because it's been asked of me in interviews. I truly love teaching every grade level. I really do. I love teaching, but I am very, very happy here in 5th grade. I like the maturity of 5th graders. I love the curriculum and that I can challenge them. But if I had to say a second best, I also love 2nd grade. So it's a close tie.
If you didn't teach 5th grade, what grade would you like to teach?
If I didn't teach 5th grade, what grade would I like to teach? Well, again, I probably would say 2nd grade because before coming onto this 5th grade position, I did teach 2nd grade for a good amount of time, and I loved that the students were engaged and very involved with their structure of the day. And I love teaching the young mindset of second graders. I do.
How do you manage taking care of a family while having to do schoolwork at home as well?
Good question. Very carefully, and I try to be very organized, and try to get things done. I'm on a very set schedule with my life, so that when I come home at night after dinner's been taken care of and whatnot, and with the help of a very supportive husband, I'm able to get my schoolwork done and get things ready for my students for the next day and with my lesson plan. So it's really, the key is to stay organized and stay on top of things.
What are the biggest challenges of your job?
What are the biggest challenges of my job? Well, to speak from this year, the biggest challenges here is, I would say, is I have a very large class. So trying to work with students as much as I can in small group instruction, so I can reach them as close as I can on an individual basis, so I can reach them, get to their needs, and to see them succeed in a classroom and getting their work done is probably the biggest challenge that I see this year as a teacher.
What are the biggest rewards of your job?
Oh, that's hard to say because there's so many rewards as a teacher. My biggest reward, though, I think, is at the end of the day when a student looks at me and I can just see from their face after I teach a lesson that they got it. They understood what the lesson that I delivered to them, and they walk away feeling very confident, and we had a meaningful lesson, so they really learned a lot from it and their confidence level rose. I think that probably is the most rewarding for me, and to see them grow, especially by the end of the year. The difference between a student when they come to me in September and how much they've evolved, changed, and matured into the person that they become as a student and a person by June is very, very rewarding for me.
Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions today. It is certainly an honor to be in your first full-time class.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Eastover Elementary has a brand new Character Edition program called PBS-IS. If you are wondering what that means, it means helping schools build systems of support all week long. Students will earn tickets by being responsible, reflective, and respectful.
The tickets are given out by teachers and other adults in the school. When you earn a ticket, you write your first and last name and room number. When a teacher gives it to you, that means you are one or all of the 3 R's: responsible, reflective, and respectful.
By Friday, during your lunch period, an aide or teacher will pull out 5 tickets. When you get called, you get a prize. If you are wondering, the tickets that don't get pulled won't be thrown out. They get put into a bigger box. Closest to the end of the year, we will pull out more than 5 tickets, which means bigger prizes.
Eastover Elementary School has once again given all their students a big surprise. For the second year in a row, BMX bike riders Case Taylor and Zane Bradley amazed all the students of Eastover Elementary with unbelievable acts by the bike riding professionals.
The point of this is to teach kids not to bully. BMX rider Case Taylor jumped over teacher volunteers. Zane Bradley jumped over Eastover Elementary's principal, Mr. Gray, who is 6 feet and 5 inches tall. That's unbelievable. They did backflips and wheelies, and all the kids were amazed. They also taught kids bike safety and to wear more protective gear while riding.
The message of the program was to teach kids not to bully. The first thing that they taught us were the 3 R's. They were recognize, refuse, and react. They sure did put on a show.
We have many amazing programs at Eastover Elementary, including the chance to build a really cool robot. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Sophia.
Hi, I'm Ryan, and today Sophie and I are going to show you the Recon 6 robot and how it works.
Hello, Eastover Bears. I'm the Recon 6 robot. Ryan and I are going to program our robot to do an obstacle course using the materials in this classroom.
So we set up an obstacle course that is in the deep blue,
Ryan is going to program the Recon 6 to search under the sea.
So the Recon will go forward 14 inches, but he will run into a crab. Oh no!
What is the Recon going to do? He should turn 90 degrees, then go forward. Will he do it?
Yes, he avoided the crab by following the program directions.
Next, Recon is going to be venturing the home of the great shark.
He has to take evasive action again. He is programmed to turn right and go forward 12 inches.
As you can see, the Recon 6 is very smart. Programmable robot that you can buy today.
Back when robots were first invented, they were used for entertainment.
Now, robotics are used in all sorts of ways, such as manufacturing and fighting crime. The military uses robots for many tasks that may be too dangerous for people.
Doctors even use robots to perform surgery. Robots are truly revolutionizing our future.
All Safety Patrol members were so excited when we got the permission slips to go to Main Street in downtown Toms River to see the Veterans Day Parade. When we arrived, there were different safeties from members of other schools. There were two. Everyone, including us, got our own spot on the parade route to sit or stand.
When the parade started, there were a lot of bands from other schools in our district. The bands were from intermediate schools and high schools, south, east, and north. The coolest part was watching the cars that had old veterans in them from World War II. The veterans had big smiles on their faces when they all saw the children waving their flags.
We all were disappointed when our teacher in charge of the safeties, Mr. Cassidy, said we had to get back on the bus. But even the bus ride back to our school was fun when our friend Jack started singing. Hopefully you get to go to the Veterans Day Parade if you're interested next year.
The Halloween parade at Eastover Elementary was unique and fun. Everyone dressed as their favorite characters and creatures. We all walked around the track dancing and waving to our families. A favorite part of the parade is looking at all the creative costumes. This year, a crowd pleaser was Meadow's Day of the Dead costume. She had really cool makeup and costume.
Also, at the Halloween parade, Mr. Walsh DJs and plays music that makes us dance and sing along. One of the songs that made everyone dance and sing was What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction. The funniest part was watching teachers dancing and grooving out. It's one of those days where we get all of our energy out. Here's a fun snack to create after school.
Hi, I'm Jade. I have a healthy snack tip for you today. That snack is ants on a log. The ingredients you will need are celery, peanut butter, and raisins. First, spread the peanut butter on the celery stalk. Then, cut the celery stalk into bite-sized pieces. Last, add your raisins to look like ants. This is a great snack to eat before a sports event because it has lots of protein. Some kids don't like eating their vegetables, but adding raisins and peanut butter make it so delicious. Also, they are not a messy snack to clean up after you enjoy ants on a log. The snack allows you to use your imagination because you can pretend you're eating real ants off of a real log. Hopefully you enjoyed this snack the next time you are hungry.
Let's now take a look at Tech Tip for today.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm here to talk to you about computer programming. The Hour of Code is a program that many students look forward to, especially the children in Eastover who love technology. Code.org is the main supporter of the Hour of Code. It began in 2013 when Hattie and Ali Partovi created it as a nonprofit organization that teaches youth how to code by making coding more accessible. They wanted to have a website that kids all around the U.S. could use. Then, in 2014, they added the Hour of Code, a program where you can customize your own game using coding language. At the time, though, the only game was Flappy Bird. Their goal is that every student in every school should have the opportunity to learn computer science. Today, Code.org has around 172 different games to play. My favorite is the Minecraft Designer and Adventure. We here at Eastover use the Hour of Code in technology classes during December. We use it to learn how to code games to tell the objects in a game what to do. In addition to the Hour of Code, Code.org has full courses available for everyone from preschoolers who can't even read to advanced placement computer science students. As you can see, New Jersey has over 21,000 open computing jobs, but not nearly enough people to fill those jobs. As the outcome, over 100 million children have been reached by Code.org. I hope you will try today.
It's time for a short break. Coming up after the break, we would take a look at some fun times at Eastover Elementary.
Primary News will be back right after this.
Mini bar's right over there. Phone if you need to use it. Bed. And what is that? Oh, that's a double chin. The guy who checked out must have lost it just snacking on fruits and vegetables. Have a good stay.
What's it like when you hear your calling? Will you ignore it? Or will you listen? What if it calls you to go halfway around the world? To serve people you've never met? What will you do when you hear your calling? Peace Corps, life is calling. How far will you go?
Hello and welcome back to Primary News. This winter at Eastover Elementary School, there were lots of activities planned, but everyone's favorite are the holiday parties. Lots of teachers had fun parties to celebrate before their students went on break.
Most had gingerbread parties, but not all. Our reporters went around the school looking for some amazing teachers to see what kind of celebrations they were having. Some of the teachers we went to were Miss Congelosi, Miss Hudson, Miss Amoroso, and Miss Hozaffel, among others.
When we went to Mrs. Congelosi in her 5th grade class, they were celebrating with a gingerbread party on Tuesday, December 22nd. Everyone had such a blast. After Mrs. Congelosi, we went to Miss Hudson's class. She had a gingerbread party day also, and they all had so much fun.
Next, we went to Miss Amoroso. She also had a gingerbread party. As you can tell, teachers and children really enjoyed gingerbread parties. Finally, our last visit to Miss Hozaffel and her 4th grade class. Again, they had a gingerbread party. All classes had a magnificent time. Eastover Elementary has some great traditions.
The Wizard of Oz is such a great movie. It is also our school play. Scarecrow is Zachary. Zachary said, "I was so happy when I found out that I got the part." Bobby asked Zach if he was nervous about speaking in the play. Zachary answered, "I'm not too worried about speaking in the real play."
Caden, as Lion, said, "When I woke up in the morning, I checked the computer and found myself as Lion. I was so happy. I was about to explode." He also said, "I woke up my mom and she wanted me to be Lion from the beginning." Bobby asked Lion if he thinks remembering all his lines were difficult. Caden said, "Sometimes I think the lines are just frustrating." Jack is Tin Man. He said, "I was so happy when I saw I got Tin Man." Last but finally not least, the main character is Dorothy. Sophia Marie is a new student to this school this year, and she's certainly a welcome talent.
The Wizard of Oz rehearsals are going great. Actors are working on memorizing and delivering lines. Miss Ludensky is starting to do the choreography and the play cast. Costumes in the set will be ready soon.
Everyone is getting ready for The Wizard of Oz, and we are so excited for it. It is on February 16th and 17th. We hope you enjoy it when it comes.
Eastover Elementary School has been home to students for 62 years. It was built in 1954, and it was one of the first of 8 schools in the Toms River District. Before that, Toms River just had one-room schoolhouses.
In total, there have been 4 principals. The first was Miss Wheeler, who was principal from 1954 until 1975. Our school media center was named in her honor. Next was Mr. Fossetta, who was principal from 1975 until 2000. Miss Downing was our 3rd principal from 2000 to 2014. Finally, our 4th principal is Mr. Gray, who is our principal we have today.
Eastover Elementary has grown over the years. The original part of the school was built in 1954. It was just the cafeteria to room 310. The biggest part of the school, where the office and gym are now, was built in 1970. We've had many fundraisers to help build and renovate our school. Over the years, the PTO also helped support our school every day.
Today, Eastover Elementary has Chromebooks and iPads, and every student has a chance to learn on apps and websites. Our school purchased the iPads in 2013 and the Chromebooks in 2014. We've come a long way since 1954. Eastover Elementary is an amazing school, and we are so lucky to attend school here. We want to wish everyone a very happy New Year. It's a great time to be an elementary student. Do you know that the zipper was invented just 100 years ago this year? Look how far we've come. What do you think the next 100 years will bring?
Thanks to our PTO, we have some great events coming soon to Eastover Elementary. On January 20th is the annual Mother and Son Dance. On February 24th, fathers and daughters will have their turn on the dance floor. Movie night is January 26th. Our PTO sure has something for everyone.
Our awesome PTO is very busy planning these exciting events. We thank them for all they do for our school. Well, that wraps up this show tonight for Eastover Elementary and Primary News. I'm Sophia.
Happy New Year.